And hello. If you're new here, welcome to the stream. I do believe we are now up to 66% on our current art supplies goal. I'm just gonna type the rules real quick and then I'm going to do something that may resemble an actual intro. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Shiro. I'm a comic artist and I am severely diseased in the face in the spring. I don't sneeze when I get allergy. I'm not even going to attempt to read that. But thanks for following the party. And thank you, MC Sunio, for following the party also. Appreciated. Oh, we're gonna be here for a while. Thank you, Madu Moria, for following the party. Did my chat crash? No, it did not crash. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Give me a second, guys. There we go. I tried to move a window and it decided, because I was way too close to the edge, it decided to full screen. And that's not what I wanted. Alright, I'm just gonna... There we go. So yeah, I'm sure I'm a comic artist, and when I have spring allergies, I don't sneeze, I just bloom. And what I usually do during these streams, I talk about if anything interesting and or artistic happened in the past week, and then we move on and I draw my weekly webcomic bootleg cookie. And everybody enjoys that. Hello again, Shiro, I'm an admin, and we'll ban spammers and bots. Yes, everybody listen to Coco. If you're not gonna listen to me, listen to Coco. So this week I have Hello Paul. So behavior health. Yeah, Coco's not playing today. Coco's usually not playing, but today she is hella not playing, okay? I have been absolutely obsessed. I've been following an artist. I will go and get the name because I prefer to name drop than just go this artist and then they go uncredited. It just takes a little while to go and get my bookmarks. Where are you? There you are. Teniawanya underscored soon. I will write that down in the chat. That's their Instagram name if you want to go and look at their stuff. And like I said, I've been absolutely obsessed with how they do watercolor. So, like I say, I've been practicing, but I only really did 2 pieces so far. With their style of line art, which is basically do some red line art and then add some blue on top of that. And I think I sort of understand the process. I think it's not really that randomized. I'm gonna turn the video off now because it's distracting. But I tried again. And of course, the underwash. There's another name for that, but I don't remember it. And I'm an artist that does not know their art terms. So yeah. And here there was an underwash of light green on everything inside the lines. I just made some stuffed chicken. Shiro saw a picture. Yeah, speaking of art. And this is what I ended up with. Once again, I used my beloved Art Nouveau palette from Kool-Aid on some, once again, no-name paper with the less textured side up. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, I don't think so, but I can see it from here, that there's more texture on the back than the front of this thing. And I did that on purpose. Very, very, very simple palette. Green and orange. There's, like, a very little bit of blue used in her eye. This character's name is Cinderella. Indeed. With an A. And it's a character created, and the style is Junko Mizuno. I almost said Junji Ito. Completely different style. And if anybody is curious about how much of the challenge booklet is filled up, at right about here. So let's start over here for the current series. We got Ryu, we got Nina, we got Bo, we got Karn, and we got Gobi. After that, what's left is Ox, Mogu, and Bleu. And after that, we'll switch to another game. The Alien Eyes of Cinderella really sells a cutesy creepiness. Thank you, Coco. And speaking of games, I recently beat Secret of Mana again. I had my ass completely handed to me by Thanatos and the Mana Beast, and I was around level 50. But then I read up a little bit, and I kept going in, beat a boss, come back out, go back in, beat a boss, come back out, go back in, and then would leave every time I would get like a rare piece of equipment or a weapon sphere drop. And I did that, and then I leveled up Luna, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Luna. I leveled up the Luna summon up to level 8. Healed, bought, like, max my inventory, and each item is a maximum of 4, so yeah. And then went ahead at level 70, reached Thanatos at level 72. Completely obliterated him with only Randy, basically. And then went to the Mana Beast, had Prim summon Moon Power on me. I turned into Sailor Moon for some reason. And then both of them, both Prim and Popoi, summon like the Dryad's special blade. Like I'm taking some chances here with the naming because I played in French this time. My first beaten playthrough was in English on the original SNES cart. This was the Switch port, so I decided to play in French because for some reason there was no Spanish in the list. Yeah, they had German, but I'm not studying German, damn it! So that happened, and I completely obliterated the Mana Beast too. Like, I killed it, but it still triggered the animation for its whole round of attacks. Like, when it goes in the background, it then sends you fire, and then body slams you, and then goes on the side of the screen to body slam you again, and then slowly slide down and or slide up so you can attack it. But because it was already dead, the fire and the 2 body slams did 0 damage on me. Not even, no numbers even popped up. It's just like if nothing happened. And when it went fully into view, where I could hit it, I tried to hit it, but it just started exploding. And credits roll. So there's that. Now we're going to go, I'm just going to scoot this screen up here. So we have, god damn it. This is really tiresome. I updated to Sequoia, and it's really big on moving windows around. So we have a bit more light, and I have access to my script for today. And then we'll talk about the game that I decided to start. And you might be surprised. Not necessarily pleasantly, but surprised. I'm gonna move. If I could, like, not full screen this one, please. Gosh dang. Give me a minute, guys. Something happened to my screen. Oh, thank you. And... doink. There we go. Much better. Doop, 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 doop. Ah! Just gonna take a quick look at my fans. Yeah, we're good. It's just a little noisy, but it's not high by any means. We're good. We're good. So we're gonna get a little existential for this comic. Also, yeah, while I'm thinking about it, the pretzel music is still going through my microphone as before instead of its own channel. I did send an email to Pretzel. And 3 guesses what they sent me back as a reply. Yes, we do know that the app is broken, and we do know that we need to fix it. We don't have the time right now. That's basically what they said. Let us check the mailbox real quick. There we go. Here is the email I received to my query about the fact that the desktop app is doing nothing but crash. Hello. Thanks for reaching out. We're sorry to hear this. Unfortunately, we're unable to share when an update will take place, though our team is aware one is needed and we hope to have a resolution soon. For now, please use the web browser to avoid further trouble. Please let us know if you have any follow-up questions or concerns. We thank you for your continued patience. And then this morning I received an email asking, how did we do? Yeah, you didn't do fuck all. That's what you did. But here's the thing, okay? The app has been known to be touchy since last year. Since like summer last year when I had a little pop-up on the top of the pretzel screen saying your app is out of date. You need to update it. And no update were made since that pop-up showed up. Not even a patch. Nothing. Zilch. Nada. So allow me to press X for doubt. But, it's like I said last time, I'm Canadian. The worst I will do is I'll write a stern letter. And I better not catch anybody say that this is so Canadian because Canadians are not strong. Is because we do not see the point in losing our shit over an online app. Like, I am not pleased, but I am not going to rain the fire of 1,000 suns over a music player. They are, in the current times, they are more pressing matters to lose your shit over, is what I'll say. Also, yeah, it's dark again today because, once again, I do not feel like turning on my ceiling light because then I have a glare on my screen. And like I said last week, the light straight in my face doesn't bother me as much as that glare on my screen. Like, I don't know if I would need like a diffuser or a ceiling titty or whatever. Or I don't know, LED lights around the room. I don't know. Either way, we're gonna start drawing, aren't we? Yes, we are. Yeah, like my drawing disk's angle is that steep. You keep telling yourself that. I'm gonna lower it. Because I do have an angle to my drawing table, but like for watercolor, this specific angle, it's not good. There we go. Especially considering I tend to put my watercolors like on top of what I'm painting. So at that angle, So yeah, I did hint earlier that I was going to talk about the game that I decided to tackle now that I finished my replay of Secret of Mana. It's on the eShop. It's on sale for $10 at the time of recording this stream. And to those of you that I talk about games often, you'll probably be surprised to know that it is Chrono Cross. For those who don't know, I did not enjoy Chrono Cross. The battle system is honestly all over the place. And it's not fun to keep track of at all. And I basically quit the game last time, like literally back on the PlayStation last time. Notice there is no number after that PlayStation. That's how old this game is. And yes, I have the PlayStation copy. And I had quit the game last time because I was up to a dragon that would simply, the minute that I would get like the element screen to the opposite of its element, it would chain 3 attacks of its own element and then summon its strongest attack. Which then meant I needed to use my healing items, but my only good healing items that would heal like a lot of HP were also of the element of that dragon. Which just repeated the frickin' pattern. So to say that I rage quit would put it lightly. No, I did not smash the game. I do not smash games. I do not have the money to smash games. It's just like in the collection. So what made me decide, besides the fact that it was just $10 Canadian, to get Chrono Cross this time? Cheats! This port has cheats. It has an auto battle and it has a cheat where the enemy always misses me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it another chance. Put the game in timeout. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I put Chrono Cross in timeout. Okay, I put Skyward Sword in stasis because Skyward Sword literally scares me. Skyward Sword is such a beautiful game, and it can get quite cozy most of the time. But because of the freaking Goddess Trials, I can't even think of playing the game, and I feel terrible. Like, I feel scared. I've had times when I've had men 3 times my size look me down and threaten to punch me, and I have never felt as scared as thinking about picking up Skyward Sword again. Like, if you would tell me that the port switch of Skyward Sword had cheats, like if you struggle too much in a goddess trial, you're allowed to skip it and you still get the rewards, then yes, I would probably play it again. Because it's the freaking goddess trials that like it hit my peak anxiety. Like I was okay with the first one. It's the second one. The second one I had to retake like 6 times. I remember exactly how many times I retook it, and that last time I passed so close to lose it. Because despite my best efforts, there was this little guardian Poe that saw me, and then I had to rush at the exit because it was the only safe place, which was at the other end of the map, and I had a judge guardian behind me. And of course, this game has stamina, so I hobbled my way half the time to the exit. And because I didn't want to look behind me and lose where I was going to see how close the judge was, okay? I kept the camera like behind me forward, and I could see the head of the judge bobbing at the bottom of the screen, get it higher and higher, which meant he was getting closer and closer. And if he touched me, I would have had to redo that entire bullshit a 7th time. And it was to a point he was so close to me, I couldn't see him. It was as if I was playing as the judge. That's how close he was to me. And I was certain I was losing. I was convinced I was losing. I was freaking dead, okay? I was the final girl in a slasher movie. That's how close he was. But I somehow touched the goal. And I did it. Then I went to the 3rd trial. I looked around. I saw that the first goddess tier was right in front of another type of judge. I saved the game. Took it out the Wii. Never fucking touched it again. And that's how I got traumatized off Skyward Sword. And to those of you that would like to laugh at me, haha, skill issues, yes, it's not a secret. Then after telling all that to my twin brother, was like, yeah, we should really pick it up again. You know what? No. I'll live vicariously through playthroughs on YouTube, okay? Temperatures are fine. Fan is a little high, but temperatures are fine. Yeah, I can hear the fan on top of the music. I don't know if you guys can. I absolutely can. But it's only recent and it's only like when I'm streaming, so I'm not sure which application is forcing the fan that much. That much. It's probably Streamlabs. But because otherwise the fan is handling my art really well. So I don't know why it's complaining. Also, I know I have some orders in the shop. I will take care of that starting Monday. So there is nothing to worry about. I am having a lot of feedback on You Suck 2, last week's comic. Well, I should say this week's comic because it comes out on the Friday. I draw them on Sundays, but I post them on Fridays. Of course, there's always some people that say, don't listen to them. No, I'm like, I'm not. But thanks for the pep talk. I don't know who this guy is, and even if I did, why would I care? Literally, I said it before and I said it again, the only reason I post about these events is not to get some sort of, like, I blocked you, now I'm going to have my revenge by myself. It's really just as a cautionary tales to younger creators. As in, you know what? This is going to happen. Don't let it ruin your day. It's not ruining mine. This is not the first hate I've received in my life, and it will certainly not be the last one. Of course, I'm not going to draw the entirety of the mess that's under my desk right now. It's organized mess, but it's still a mess. Those are my textures, but that's not what I'm looking for. Thought I had paper piles. Gold pile. I got book piles, but I don't have paper piles. I thought I did. Well, it's not like I can't draw a paper pile. I just didn't care for drawing one, but... So yeah, I went a little into Chrono Cross. I started yesterday, and it just feels weird, okay? It feels like it was its own game, and then they added Chrono Trigger features at the last minute. And they didn't have permission to use stuff from Chrono Trigger where, like, okay. What I will say will be spoilers, but then again, this game is super old, okay? I'm super old, the game is super old. There is a Balthazar in Chrono Cross. And there is a Balthazar in Chrono Trigger, and it is heavily implied, if not outright said, but that's further in the game, I'm not there right now, that they're both the same Balthazar. Balthazar even calls himself the Prophet of Time. But that is a load of bull, because that's Gaspar, and he was the Guru of Time, okay? Balthazar was the prophet / guru of reason. And there is a secret room in Balthazar's book library, there we go, where he keeps, literally, an unfinished epoch. Those who played Chrono Trigger knows that Balthazar built the epoch in 2300 BC. AD. BC is a completely different timeline. He comes from BC, but he comes from 12,000 BC. Anyway. And in his laboratory in 2300, he has a new. So, knowing all this, the fact that Chrono Cross has him with a beach bum instead of a new feels very, very, you do not have the copyright to use the new. Like, I'm just sitting there like, ick. You know? Like, why are you like this? Shiro's the only true guru of reason. Thank you. And, like, when you win a battle, the music that plays is Lucas theme / I believe it's Fanfare 1, but could be Fanfare 2 from Chrono Trigger. In Chrono Trigger, it was played during Luca moments and during special events. In here, it plays every time you win a battle. But it's discordant with the rest of the music of the game. Now, I do not know if it's the same composer, but it does not feel like the same composer. Like, that one recognizable piece of music is too hopeful for the rest of the music in the game. Which sounds, even the happy music sounds very melancholic. And of course, there's the extremely obvious fact that the art was not done by Toriyama. Beautiful art, mind you. Beautiful art. Gorgeous character designs. Not Toriyama, and it shows. Like, I'm still gonna play it. Like, it was only $10, but it was still $10. And I'm doing it to challenge myself. Will I offer the same courtesy for Final Fantasy VIII? To be seen, but outlook not good, because you're stuck playing as Squall as the main character, and I loathe Squall. Oh my god. One thing I don't like on top of that is that after Squall, they decided that Cloud should be just as mopey and emo. Which is a shame, because if you go back and play the original Final Fantasy VII, Cloud is actually quite funny. Of course, he doesn't immediately stop being funny after Aeris dies. He stops being funny for a while when he falls into the live stream, and that's after Aeris dies. But he gets himself back a bit by the end of the game when he understands who he is. But any other appearance of Squall after that has been like Squall, Cloud after that has been like Squall 2.0. Looking at you, Advent Children. Like, I get that he's infected, but he's right back to his pre-live stream. Well, not really pre-live stream, but he's right back to his point, like, right after falling into the live stream. And Advent Children is, like, 4 years after the events of Final Fantasy VII. So it's like any character growth that he experienced in the last disc of Final Fantasy VII, gone. I'm gonna include my butt because I have a huge butt. The butt is incredibly important. It may not be my bread and butter, but it requires a lot of bread and butter to maintain. Now remember what I told you guys last time. For good curves, you want to zoom in and use your entire arm and not just your wrist. And you'll have good confident curves. Right after this, I'm going to save, and I'm going to have a bit of water, at least after this panel. So right now in Chrono Cross, when I'm trying to ignore the story, or trying to ignore that it's supposed to be a Chrono Trigger sequel, I am trying to rebuild Skelly. I think I'm just missing 1 piece or 2 pieces of skeletons. I need to check the guide again. Shiro, you check guides when you play a game for the first time? Because this technically counts as a first time, because I remember absolutely nothing. I played it once and I didn't even beat it, so... And, to those people I say, were you not paying attention when I said earlier skill issues? I have no problem admitting I have skill issues, but here's the thing with games. I'm playing for fun. Sometimes the fun requires challenge. Sometimes the fun requires not throwing the controller out the window. Like if we take Dragon Quest XI as an example. I like playing that game and leveling myself up. All my characters right up to level 99 each playthrough. I don't have to. Because most of the time I completely skip the time worm because, well, fuck you, time worm. But once I'm leveled up enough and I've got all the equipment to help beat the frickin' time worm, I do enjoy my battle, and I do enjoy kicking its ass. And I also do enjoy that my girlfriend told me that there's technically a New Game Plus option in the game. All you have to do is start a game, use your game that you've already started, or even your save file when you put everything at level 99 and you beat Kalasmos and you beat the time worm and stuff like that. You take that file, if I'm not mistaken, you go in your settings and you select switch to 2D. Then and switching to 2D will ask you if you want to start at a certain point in time in the game. Me, I usually go for like the very first point in time. Like I just restart the game, but because I selected flip to 2D, the game will carry over everything I did. My side quests, my equipment, my items, my levels, everything. And then, in that 2D file, I select again, switch to 3D, and that's how I can start a new game. Plus, and like that, I can play the game again without the fear of the frickin' roulette side quest that I hate. With every fiber of my being. Yeah, even games you love, there's always that part. I like the option of New Game Plus because sometimes you just want to see the story again. But you want to participate. If I just want to see the story just for the story, I can just power up a playthrough on YouTube. But sometimes you want to participate, you know? Another thing you can do is just start a game that you either know by heart or you know is easy as... Looking at you, Link's Awakening. Yes, Link's Awakening Switch has a champion mode, just don't turn it on. I still have to beat Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I went down the chasm where Ganondorf is, then I friggin' chickened out and get out of there. It's a totally different experience from when I fought Ganon in Breath of the Wild. Because in Breath of the Wild, I literally, like, stumble onto him. Like, after 5 What's Over There, I accidentally landed in the main hall of Hyrule Castle. And then a cutscene kicked in, and I was like, ooh. I was fine, though. It was, like, fairly late in the game. I had freed all the guardians. Like Varuto and stuff like that. So they took care of half of Ganon's HP. I wouldn't call him easy, but he was easier than expected. Here's the thing, I know for a fact that Ganon in Tears of the Kingdom will have several phases. I'm not sure, but I think he has 3? And in Breath of the Wild, he had 2, but the second phase was, like, really not hard at all. It was just there for the cinematics, really. What I'm worried most about is if it's a long battle, then I'll start making mistakes, because I do tend to get tired during long sessions of video gaming. Case in point, I really like the game series It'll Do. I actually have It'll Do 1 and It'll Do 2. And I never could beat them. Because the bosses are so long, I end up making mistakes because my hands get incredibly tired. Like, ideally, I should be able to do a save state and get back to that boss another day. That's how long I feel they are. Like, when the boss has, like, 11 different forms. Very funny as a webcomic punchline. Very annoying in an actual game. Hang on, I'm struggling with this curve here. There we go. Works better when I can actually see what I'm doing. Could have drawn myself using a water brush because that's what I've been using for the watercolor challenge that I'm doing right now, trying to fill up the little book I showed you guys earlier. But I'm the boss, and I decided I'm going to show my favorite watercolor pen. Well, technically it's not really a watercolor pen, it's an inking pen. But I just love it so much, you know? Going to do something that I've started doing lately. I'm going to color my text layers so they're easier to find when I need to hide them. I wish that I could program Clip Studio to recognize by itself that when I do a text layer to put the layer itself in a color of my choosing. Oh hey, look at that, I forgot a line. Let me take care of that real quick. On the correct layer, preferably. There we go. Still no release date for off for Switch. Still looking forward to it. Here's the thing, I don't know how far into the programmation Mortis Ghost was when he announced that off was coming out. Because I'm over here thinking like, yeah, thanks for announcing the release. So when is the release? Hello? Speaking of really questionable things that I'm into, I caved and I ordered a copy of Beautiful Darkness in French, Les Jolies Ténèbres. I had to go for the English version because the French version that I actually wanted to get was only hard copy, and the hard copy is $50 and up. Not counting the shipping. And that's shipping within my province. And it's not like I could get the paperback version, which was cheaper in French. Apparently the paperback version only exists in English, in the English print, so... You know when you want to support fellow artists, but you gotta do it within a little budget? That's me. That's me. Man, my palettes are touchy today. Honestly, they're not the only ones. Well, maybe that's something that'll be fixed in the next patch. This is like version 4, so it's brand new. I'm gonna take a green color for the paint to represent the painting I showed you guys earlier. Am I going to have to reprogram the sensitivity of my stylus if it's going to start doing that? decided to take my thumb off the tab mate, so maybe that's what's causing. And that's a fun thing. You never frickin' know what could cause bugs. Anybody old enough to remember when bugs were caused by literal bugs? And that's why they're known as bugs? Hey, when you're a friend of trivia, like me, or should I say a fiend? Of course, I don't draw my chair here because honestly, I don't care. I could, but I'm not gonna. Oh, hello, carton cat girl. It has been a while. Always nice to see someone. You know what? I'm gonna put that on a background layer instead. So like that, when I fill it in, it's gonna be a lot less trouble. See, and I just saw that I did not color my metal palette. No. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use like much paler colors for the floor and the wall so as to not lose myself in that second panel. Because my floor is like this cherry wood and my walls are literally Mickey Mouse red. You know the red on Mickey Mouse's pants? That is the literal color that I used for my walls. Yeah, sorry, life's been kind of a whirlwind lately. I believe you. I believe you, and we will leave it at that. I have a lot to say, but I'll be good. Nothing against you, though. Zero against you. Life is a whirlwind. Right now, it is a freaking tornado. So I understand. So I'm going to be using a lighter brown, which is kind of like my hair. And a lighter red, if possible. Only so I don't get lost in the sauce, so to speak. Now we're going to put some washi for the other two backgrounds, and we are going to work on the text. Tell me about it. No Land of Oz in sight. On today's episode of You Have Never Said Anything Better. Because woof. That's why I depend so much on my art, or else I would lose my mind more than it already is. Which, oddly enough, is pretty much what I'm talking about in today's comic. At least I've got my keys, Bill and Charlie. Shout out to Bill and Charlie. Emotional support animals even if they didn't sign up for it. Though so far I will say, other than the hate that I've been talking about in the last two strips, which happened in December and January respectively, I haven't got any since. But honestly, I'm thinking it's because they are way too tired. For very obvious reasons. So a shout out to the haters. Please drink some water. Take care of yourselves. Because it's a jungle out there right now. And now to take off all the edges. Thanks, Bella's on my lap and purring away. On la salue. I do have a fan of the Smack comics. That every time I post a page of the current story, which features Waluigi and Rosalina, keeps saying, I will pay so much money for them to kiss. And I keep linking her to my Ko-fi page, and nothing is happening. Or maybe you roasted them to a crisp. No, that's the funny part about that last hater. I didn't say a word to them. I read what they had to say, I laughed my ass off, and I blocked them. Usually I roast scammers, not haters. Haters want the roast. Scammers? Tell you what, I'll read you what I said to my last one, which happens a lot more often than haters. Makes you miss haters sometimes, you know? That's how bad scammers are. Because I don't reply to haters because, like I said, they want the roast. You know, there's a lot of haters out there that go, debate me! And I'm like, nope. I've known you for exactly 10 seconds and enjoyed none of them. I will not be taking a homework assignment from you. Scammers, that's a whole other story. Because then I can give them shit and then block them. What do they care? They're just going... If they get enough complaints, they're just going to shut down their account and start another one. Which was literal in one case, because I had one that tried to scam me, and like a week after they came back, exact same name, except there was a difference of 2 numbers at the end. Haters are just bullies. You ignore them and they usually go away. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. The last hater, I read what he had to say, laughed my ass off, blocked him. And I did have somebody mention that, yeah, but now you're talking about him and his comic is going to retaliate. Let's say he retaliates. I made sure not to mention his burner account, because it was very obviously a fake account. Like, first name, bunch of numbers. Secondly, there are ways I can defend myself legally. Thirdly, why? Dudes, you were wasting an afternoon. Why would you care? Why would you care that much? That's why I take my revenge on scammers. Because scammers won't do nothing. Scammers, just like bullies, are pussies. That's why bullies hide behind a burner account with a first name and a bunch of numbers. And then they turn around and go, yeah, well, I'm going to meet you and beat you up. You're gonna beat me up. Bitch, like, I'm 42. I'm a comic artist. I'm out of shape. I am very easy to beat up. How is that an achievement? How is that proving your masculinity? Alright, so that's Scammer. My newest scammer. There we go. Hello, the creativity in your artwork is truly inspiring. It's refreshing to see such a unique approach. And I'm just like, but I write thanks. Like 3 letters. THX. The audience is now deaf. Now, you're welcome. And then the spiel starts. I am intrigued to buy some few of your art piece I found on your portfolio. I would love to know if they are up for sale as digital assets, NFTs. Right there. Like there it is. For I would love to place a bid on few that caught my attention. Also, the poor grammar. English is your 3rd language. You know, just like your world. Do well to write back to me so we can have a deal on this. Warm regards. Not a single regard was warm after I read the word NFT, okay? None of it was warm. It cooled down real quick. And I reply, there it is the NFT scam. Was wondering which scam you were going to use. It was 50-50 really. Y'all literally only have 2 scams. That and the mural. Which is true. This is all on Divine Art, by the way. Because I also... Tiny Toons reference. Because I also don't reply to scams by emails. Like, I only really reply to, sometimes to Twitter scams. Sometimes. Very rarely. When I think I just have something funny to say. Because then I block everybody, you know. But on DA, like, I get 1, 2, sometimes 3 a week. I figure I'm gonna have fun with these assholes. So then she says, really? No? I don't know how they scam you with NFTs because I have bought many arts through NFT and I can give you their, as in over there, deviant name. You can ask them. Not a single comma or period. I'm Abby Quillon, a 58 years old woman. What will I scam you for? Money? I don't know you, but I know that my son will be older than you. Once again, let me reiterate. I am 42 years old. And she told me she's 58 and her son is likely older than me. So I did the math real quick on my calculator. Because mental math, no. That it's not happening. Okay. And I was like... So I reply, and I have like 3 paragraphs here, so bear with me. Girl! First of all, if your son is older than me, you must have had him like illegally young. Like somebody should have investigated your male family members young. Secondly, I don't know if mentioning your age, gender, and son was supposed to kickstart my empathy or something, because first and foremost, you're a scammer, and I don't respect the hustle. Thirdly, and here's the big guns. I know damn well that you know damn well that you're gonna send me to mint my art as an NFT to a dodgy minting site to have me put in my info, and if I'm stupid enough, my bank info to be paid for my NFT, and you're gonna be laughing all the way to the Bank of Prince of Nigeria, because their account do say they're from Nigeria, with my stolen info, so your manager in this big scam MLM can give you one shiny penny. And that was a Simpson reference. And then I blocked her. Because honestly, I don't care. Oh, I'm just going down my chat log. And this one, as I said earlier, they shut down their account. Wishing you a wonderful day. I have a crucial question for you. Please get in touch. That one I didn't block. That one I did not block. She shut her account herself. I have a crucial question for you. Please get in touch. And I replied, which one is it, the mural or the NFT? And she never replied and shut down her account. Oh, this one finally shut down their account. Took them a while. Hi, I'd love to purchase some of your artwork as NFTs. If you're interested, contact, email, for a quick response. Do me a favor, love. Go to my front page and read my disclaimer. And they never replied. I never blocked them either. My disclaimer explains that I know about the scams. Yeah, this one I didn't block either. I just stopped replying because I didn't feel like stringing them along. Really like your profile and your post. Ta-da-ta-ta. Mural scam. I reply the same thing. Hey, love, do me a favor. Go to my front page and read my disclaimer. And that's when I realize it's a bot, so it's not going to be as fun. Because if they had read my disclaimer, they would do like the previous one and give up. And they just stick to the script. Great! I'm looking forward to work with you for the mural painting. And blah, 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 blah. Not important. What's your email so I can send you samples of my works via email attachment? I mean, you're on Divine Art. You could put them on your own gallery, but if you would do that, people would quickly notice that you're stealing shit from other people. And I'm like, say cucumber. I'm not getting a reply. So I get an idea, and I'm like, say cucumber at soiknowyou'real.com. I just sent you a message via email. Check and get back to me with your response, please. But... And then she sent me another entire paragraph that I'm not going to read because it's not funny. Here's another one. Hello, are you available to commission? Depends entirely on how real of a person you are and according to the state of your page. Outlook not so good. Are you trying to insult me right now? And she wrote that, well, I keep saying she. Could be a he. Like, the hater was very obviously a he. Like, you know when you get that vibe? Yeah. And I replied, oh no, I was trying to call you out on being a scam account. If I was trying to insult you, you'd know, believe me. Here's another mural scam. Hey, please state the reason of your contacting me. Blah, 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 mural scam. You can certainly go outside and touch grass, my good scammer. Because it finishes with, currently on a project you will be paid and credited an amount of money that doesn't exist for it. Can I go for it? You can certainly go outside and touch grass, my good scammer. Like, I can go on for a while. I got a lot. Like, I clicked on one here that still hasn't shut down his account. Hello, Sovereign Official. I'm truly captivated by your stunning artworks. And usually they come out of the woodworks whenever I post anything, but my favorite is when they get all super complimentary after I post a shit post. Your art is wonderful! It's a shit post. It's a fucking shit post. It's a motherfucking shit post. And I replied, NFT? And then they keep buttering me up, and then they say, and yes, I will be needing them as NFT. And I reply, nah. No, but I get so many of them. And these are the ones that are in my chat log. Because, like, I have some in my Divine Art DMs. Like, all the ones that I feel are funny, I post them, I screenshot them, and I post them on Facebook as Tales from the Spam Box. And I've been thinking of putting them together so people could read them, but not necessarily a comic, because it would literally just be my head, like either on my tablet or holding my phone. Plus some of them can get really long. So I don't know, I could think of something. I could make voice clips, put them up on Patreon if people are interested, because sometimes I can do voices. Most of the time I can just run my voice through Audacity, like I used to do when when Go Animate was a thing. But yeah, let's have a little look-see at the comic. And the event is still going on my Discord, and honestly, that kind of pisses me off. Because I keep rescheduling the hours to the hours I want. And it keeps thinking that I finished the live stream at 4. And I don't know how to tell it that no, I'm an old fart, I'm not going to last until 4. Yeah, I believe we're good for today. And we had 3 viewers today. That's very good. That's very good. Or maybe do a podcast. Yeah, I'm thinking voice clips only because, like, they're really short. Podcasts are usually long, aren't they? I'm just gonna put myself back on the big webcam. There we go. Right up there. Right up my adult acne. Like, I would need to do a bit of research on podcasts. Because I've been thinking about doing stuff with my voice. Because, like micro podcast episodes, maybe, of Tales from the Spam Box. Because some are really, really short. Like the one that I just said, like, NFT? Yeah, nah. So... Oh, thank you. Because the Tales from the Spam Box is part of the Bootleg cookie experience. But at the same time, visually it wouldn't be super interesting, you know? Like, at least I can make regular Bootleg cookie episodes interesting visually. But Tales from the Spam Box is literally just me getting mad at somebody paid to screw over people. So maybe audio is the best way to go. Plus, I do believe Patreon offers a podcast option. I would need to check it out because they recently changed some stuff in there to make it better. But I wouldn't know if it's better because I never used it before. Like, I was thinking, if not that, maybe read some classic creepypastas just to keep my voice going. But, like, interject with the same ASMR voice every time I see something that bothers me, like... And then... the image stayed on screen for 33 seconds. How the fuck do you know that? Why do all main characters of creepypasta keep a frickin' timer on hand to know the exact number of seconds required? I'm back, had to wash some scalp treatment out of my hair. I need some scalp treatment. My hair is too long. Like, look at that. Look at what's going on back there. Usually my sides and my back are shaved down with a blade number 2. I need to bother my mom. Mom, I need some cheesy poofs. It's always hyper-realistic blood and hyper-realistic eyes and hyper-realistic... No, that's pretty much the 2. You could use some hyper-realistic teeth once in a while. You know, mix it up a little. And I was terrified, but I had to keep on playing. Look, when I played Skyward Sword and scared the shit out of myself, I stopped playing. And it's not even a cursed game. It's not even... what's his name? Give me a sec, I think I got the wrong name in my head. Ben, there we go, Ben Drown. It's not even Ben Drown. It's Skyward fucking Sword. Like, I received a VHS from somewhere that I don't know. I will pop it in my VHS player. First of all, you sound 15. How you still have a VHS player? You know? It's just dry, not infested. Well, we all assume you weren't infested. I mean, if anybody in this room right now is clean, it's Coco. I've seen pictures. Her apartment. I am jealous. It is spotless. Like, it's a picture, but you can see the sparkles. That's how clean she keeps her shit. Me, I really badly need to sweep my floors. I am pretty sure I can feed the dust bunnies in here. And that is concerning. But yeah, there's always ways to contact me other than to offer me to pay me for a mural or for NFTs or to tell me that I'm an artist that sucks and my art sucks. So if anybody is interested in a audio reading of Tales from the Spam Box, hit me up. I've got DMs pretty much everywhere. If you go to my link tree, there's always a way to send me a message or something. But in the meantime, because we are done here, y'all know what that means. We are going to the end screen. And we are going to give kudos to the supporters. So, as always, extra special caramel drizzle, rainbow sprinkles, chocolate syrup. Thanks to our supporters on various platforms. Patreon, Ko-fi, Tapas, everywhere really. Amber B, Paul K, Miss Enovis, Sir E, Other Bad at Multiplayers, Matthew H, Winter the Kitten, Blah 6, and the part-time support booties, Super Dudette 808 and Rocket Mouse. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. Even if my voice always has this tinge of sarcasm, it is really, truly appreciated. Next live stream is going to be on Sunday, March 30th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my time, not your time. Maybe your time. I don't know you. I don't know your life. Whoa, I'm starting to lose my voice. Nice timing, right after saying maybe I should do some podcast episodes of Tales from the Spam Box. Anyway, hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. A lot of fun drawing it. I'll see you guys next week. I love you all. And bye-bye.